We'd like to open up the Contract Administration Board meeting at 4:05 p.m. In attendance today is Mike McLaughlin, Deputy County Executive, and Bruce Hidley, Albany County Clerk. I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the minutes from November 12th, 2024.
Motion.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? The minutes are carried. First on the agenda today is Contract 247224. The Department is Economic Development, Conservation, and Planning. The vendor is Hudson Valley Agribusiness Development Corporation. The estimated amount is $25,000. The estimated term is 1/1/25 through 12/31 of 27. The scope of services, HVADC will provide programs to county farmers and municipalities that are designed to support the growth and development of agriculture and related industries by providing agribusiness technical assistance, project planning and development services, and agricultural development support. This partnership was recommended in the adopted County Agricultural Farmland Protection Plan and is budgeted for 2025 with 100% county funded. I now open the floor. Anybody? Dave?
Or do you want to just give that a quick?
Sure. Yeah, just as described, this is our partnership contribution to Hudson Valley Agribusiness Development Corporation. The partnership was recommended in the 2018 adopted Ag and Farmland Protection Plan. For the organization helps county farmers with business development.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? The motion is carried. Great program. Good luck. Next on the agenda is contract number 2549-24. Again, it's the Economic Development, Conservation, and Planning. The vendor is Albany Leadership Charter School. The estimated amount is $35,000. The estimated term is 12/2/24 through 12/1/25. The scope of service is Girls Rising Empowerment and Wellness Program. It's a comprehensive tobacco and substance use prevention initiative aimed at educating middle and high school students on the risks associated with tobacco, vaping, and substance abuse. It is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
I think it could be Caleb too. I talked more than once. That's fine.
Yeah, together with the county executive and the Department of Health, we set up a grant program to try and solicit from community organizations that are in need of certain help in funding to provide training to young kids. This one is for tobacco, vaping, and substance use. It's going to be at the Leadership Charter School in the city of Albany. It's pretty much a no-brainer that kids shouldn't be using tobacco. It lends itself to a lifetime of health issues. So if we can get into the schools early, I think we can make some pretty good change.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried.
Yep.
Next on the agenda is contract number 256024, Economic Development, Conservation, and Planning. The vendor is Black Nurses Coalition. The estimated amount is $20,000. The estimated term is 12/2/24 through 12/1/25. The scope of service is, I'm sorry, before we go any further with that, I'd like to entertain a motion that we bundle the next three contracts into one vote.
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. So again, this is three different contracts for the same thing, the provision of an Albany County Women's Health Initiative Program. There's three different quotes, $20,000, $20,000, and $60,000 for each one of these. And they are 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Similarly, Pat Collins from the chairman's office, to what I just spoke on, this was an endeavor to invest in women's health. We set aside $150,000. Together, this encompasses $100,000 of that. I'm not positive what we'll do with the remaining money, but I think these three initiatives, I mean, you look at the backup, they're pretty much straightforward, help make sure that women's health care in the county is a priority.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion for the three of them. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 2390-24. Department is Public Works. The vendor is Clark Murals. The estimated amount is $28,000. The estimated term is 1/1/24 through 11/1/25. The scope of service is Clark Murals will design and install a mural along a section of the Helderberg-Hudson Rail Trail under the bridge that crosses over New Scotland Road in Slingerlands. This project aims to enhance the aesthetic appeal of the area surrounding the rail trail and to showcase local art is 100% county funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Yeah, I'm here to answer any questions anybody can.
This is, we've had extensive conversations with the chairwoman's office. I think all the questions have been answered, and there's been some positive community input. So at this point, I think we're good to move things forward.
Okay, then I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Carried.
Thank you, Kevin.
Next on the agenda is contract 2493-24. Department is Public Works. The vendor is Motorola Solutions and Pittsfield Communication Systems, Inc. Estimated amount is $60,879.68. Estimated term is 12/1/24 through 12/1/25. Scope of service, Department of Public Works respectfully request approval to purchase 12 handheld and 10 truck-mounted enhanced radios from Motorola. It is 100% county funded.
Hi, yes, Lisa Raimondo from Department of Public Works. So yes, the handheld radios will be used during maintenance and protection of traffic operations. They are working off of cell towers, so the folks don't need to be within sight distance of one another. So this will be a great upgrade for our men in the field. And the truck-mounted radios will be used in, we currently have some in our dump trucks, and now we're going to be putting them in our loaders and additional trucks. So it enhances communication when we don't have cell service.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract 2475-24. Department is Road Machinery Maintenance. The vendor is HL Gauge. The estimated amount is $99,000. Estimated term is 1/1/25 to 12/31/25. The scope of service, purchase of parts and repairs for the Department of Public Works International Harvester trucks. And the funding amount is 100% county.
Yes, it is. Yes, so HL Gauge was the sole bidder for this contract, and this is our yearly contract for parts and repairs for our large dump trucks.
Any other questions or comments?
So, Ms. Is the amount not to exceed $99,000?
Yes.
All right. Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda is contract 2476-24, and it is the Sewage Treatment Department. Vendor is Holland Company, Inc. The estimated amount is $30,000. The estimated term 1/1/25 through 12/31/25. The scope of service is purchase and delivery of sodium bisulfate. Third year of the contract. Second year of the renewal is 100% county funded.
Thank you. Angelo Gaudio with the Water Purification District. This is the final renewal year for this contract. Sodium bisulfate is the neutralizing agent for our disinfection system at the North Plant. And again, this will be for calendar year 2025 and the amount for $30,000.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Seconded, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Yeah, I know. I don't have it.
That's fine. Take it.
Only do.
No, finish, sure.
Yeah, okay. So, contract number 2477-24, Department of Sewage Treatment. The vendor is Surpass Chemical Company, Inc. The estimated amount is $80,000. The estimated term is 1/1/25 through 12/31/25. The scope of service, purchase and delivery of sodium hypochlorite. It's year 2 of 3, and it's 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Thank you.
Yep.
This is another renewal. The vendor is Surpass Chemicals. Sodium hypochlorite is used as a disinfection agent for our disinfection process. At the North Plant, this will be for calendar year 2025 in the amount of $80,000.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried. Next on the agenda will be contract number 2513-24, Department of Sewage Treatment. vendor is Ferguson Waterworks. The estimated amount is $50,000. The estimated term is 12/15/24 through 12/15/25. Scope of service, purchase and delivery of plug valves and yard hydrants, and the fiscal impact is 100% to the county.
Thank you. We received 2 bids for this bid, and Ferguson Waterworks was considered the lowest responsible bidder. As indicated, this is for the supply for plug valves and the yard hydrants needed at both the north and south plant for the amount of $50,000.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. And contract 2514-24 is the sewage treatment department. The vendor is JP Yeager, Inc. The estimated term is 12/15/24 to 12/15/25. The estimated amount is $75,000. Scope of service, purchase and delivery of WEDE Co. Duron UV parts for district's UV system, and it's 100% county funded.
Thank you. JP Jaeger was the sole bidder for this. Wedeco Duron is actually the original manufacturer for the system, so this is basically replacement parts for the original OEM system that's in place. This will be through calendar year 2025, and in the amount of $75,000 for replacement parts.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Before I go any further, I'm going to backtrack here to aging. But before I do that, I'd like to congratulations to our county attorney who will be retiring at the end of the year this year. And we want to thank her for all her years of service to us on the CAB board and to the county of Albany in general. So Eugenia, we do wish you all the best of luck in your retirement. I know you're not going away, so we'll see you again, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
So next on the agenda would be contract 2484-24, department is aging. Vendor is SUNY, Center of Women in Government and Civil Society. Estimated amount is $30,000. The scope of services is approval to enter into an MOU with the Center for Women in Government and the University of Albany to design and implement Together Against Ageism, an initiative that will combat age discrimination in the county. And the estimated term is 1/1/25 through 12/31/25. It's 100% county funded.
Yes, the Department, Pat Dillon, Department for Aging. The term, ageism has been around since, the 60s. But we've noticed that as time going on, we've been getting feedback from our people from Albany County, the older adults in Albany County, that it's a concern of theirs. And so the commissioner felt that it was important to get involved and to look into this. So we're asking for approval to get into an MOU with SUNY, Women in Government, and that MOU will consist of a couple of things. It will first, they'll be doing 2 keynote speaker events. We'll be putting together a steering committee of older adults in the community, as well as some community leaders that will oversee this and guide it through its completion. SUNY will also, they'll be doing a series of 5 focus groups that will consist of community members. And after they finish with that, they'll be evaluating and impacting the measurement of the results of that. With that, there'll be some interventions that will include solutions and solutions to the issues that come up during those focus groups.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
Well, is this the same entity that was at the announcement?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Great. No question, no more comments.
Entertain a motion?
Motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried.
Thank you.
So back on the agenda track here, next on the agenda would be 2533-24, Department of Social Services. The vendor are multiples. The estimated amount is $75,000. The estimated term is 1/1/25 through 12/31/25. The scope of service, providers will install and maintain electronic communication equipment in the homes of frail, elderly, and/or disabled DSS clients. Equipment is designed to signal and identify emergency contact for help when activated by the client. This is broken down into 2 fiscal categories. The first will be the county at 38%, and the state at 62%. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Hi there, Maggie Scarless with DSS. You basically covered it. The two providers we currently work with are Trinity Health Alert and LifePhone. We're open to any vendors that are willing and able to operate the services, but those are the two to provide what is considered a mandated service, which will enable those populations you described to reside in maintain their home, residing in their homes rather than moving to the next step of nursing home.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion?
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion is carried. Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 2465-24. Department is probation. Vendor is Denard Chevrolet, Inc. The estimated amount is $46,771.29. The estimated term is 12/2/24 through 12/31/25. The scope of service is a new van for probation department to aid in programming initiatives. It is 100% county funded.
Thank you, William Connors, Probation Department. We manage and operate several groups throughout the year requiring transportation of juvenile and adult probationers. The van would enable a more manageable process. In the past, we have to use several vehicles and multiple staff. When this happens, it takes cars away from regular probation work during the day. Denard was the lowest bid for a passenger van, and this addition will really assist us in improving services for probationers and their families.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
And I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? It's carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 2530-24. Department is Children, Youth, and Families. The vendor is Youth Bureau Programs. The estimated amount is $92,072. The estimated term is 1/1/24 through 12/31/24. The scope of service is 2024 Youth Bureau programs intended to support youth development programs and runaway and homeless youth services. Funds are intended to be distributed to community-based organizations within Albany County for the purpose of reimbursement of expenses directly related to program operation and delivery services. This is 100% state funded. I now open the floor for comments and questions.
So they bundled these all into one. So on here, the total that they put on here is 92,072. So it's multiple different, if you look at that.
Is it kind of similar like the
page,
DSS
it's
one? There's multiple providers.
different
Yeah, it's the same like a
programs.
DSS one.
Yeah, there's a table that lists each provider and the
Yep.
dollar amount separately.
Yeah, and these are state, no, excuse me.
These are 100% state funded. These are runaway homeless youth,
Yep.
youth development, and then youth sports programs.
Yep, I remember these, yeah, so basically like it's one program, all of these folks, or all these providers are awarded from the program. Yep.
Correct.
So
it's
that
the-
92,000 is what we're, Albany County is.
Exactly, yeah.
Is that correct?
A lot of times this goes to the legislature because it's above 100,000, correct? I think in the past, it's.
Well, they're,
Any given ones are above 100,000.
They go, okay, I got you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
usually it's the St. Anne's Youth Shelter and Equinox, the Transitional Living Program that come to CAB, but we've received more money from the state, so some other agencies have gotten more money, so
Oh,
they're
interesting.
above the CAB.
Oh, interesting, okay, I see.
Yeah, so
Okay.
now PAL used to be, I think, county executive level, now
Yep.
it's at the CAB
And
level.
now it's at our level, okay.
Our partners,
We like
Little
free money.
Leagues.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and it's 100%
State
state
funded,
funded.
yeah. Okay. Any other comments or questions?
just for clarity's sake, I said,
Go ahead.
it's basically 9 contracts,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
And, okay, because it
They're
doesn't
all
rise.
lumped because it's the same.
Basically,
funding.
each of the entities on that page will be a separate contract.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that each one individually is under the cap levels.
Yep.
So we are approving all 9 of them in one.
Yep,
Correct?
basically
exactly.
the motion.
So, New Beginnings Youth Shelter, Albany Police Athletic League, Art Partners, Burn Knox Westerlo Little League, National Little League, Equinox Inc., Trinity Alliance, Eden's Rose Foundation, Waterville Civic Center, and GKNY Mentor Program are the 9 categories that we are approving tonight.
Yep.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Second, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Let's see whatever we get.
Every year.
Contract number 2531-24, Preventative Assistance Program. The vendor is Cayuga Center. The estimated amount is $75,000. Estimated term 1/1/25 through 12/31/25. The scope of service, parent partner services, with a focus on reducing reliance on persons in needs of supervision, which is PINs, petitions to address family conflicts. It's 38% county funded and 62% state funded. I open the floor for comments or questions.
So this is funding under our supervision and treatment for services for juvenile program. We partner with probation on this. We have a parent partner from Cayuga that has familiarity with the system. She has probably been through this system, and she assists new parents coming into the system to navigate it.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. And the final item on contract for this evening is contract 2501-24. The department is law. The vendor is Gallagher Bassett Services. The estimated amount is $40,000. The estimated term is 11/1/24 through 10/31/25. The scope of service, provide claim management services for liability claims, is 100% county funded. And of course, I saved the retiree for last.
Thank you. This is our required third-party administrator contract that's required because we're self-insured. The contract is a not-to-exceed fee of $40,000. It's estimated to be a little over $31,000 this year, but the contract is based upon per claim fee, and it's subject to audit. So there's a possibility that as time goes on, we could hit $40,000. Claims are up this year, which is why I asked for the not to exceed at $40,000. Gallagher Bassett is responsible for reporting all of our claims that may impact the excess carrier. They report them to the excess carrier. All liability claims, of which are the liability, the police professional, and the auto, are reported to Gallagher Bassett. They handle all accidents for us that involve a second party. They respond for us if we have an accident that's not our fault, and seek subrogation for us. Any property damage claims of the type where we have damage to property of ours, they report to the carrier and deal with that for us, seek subrogation if someone has damaged our property. It's an intensive contract that's required as we are self-insured. They've been our representative for a number of years. They were our original third-party administrator when we first became self-insured and represented us for a long time. We had a break and had another administrator, and they've been our administrator now under the current RFP. This is the last year. Next year, this will be subject to RFP again.
Any other comments or questions?
How much is the 40,000 in terms of an increase from last year?
So last year's contract, was estimated to be low. It was actually a county executive level contract.
Yep.
For some reason. The first year was at $29,000, and then it dropped below, and then this year it's back up to estimated to be $31,000. We haven't had an audit yet, but claims are up. We've had a lot of claims under the Adult Survivor Act filed against the jail.
Okay.
That are bringing the numbers up.
Makes sense. Anything else? Entertain a motion?
Motion.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion's carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd now like to entertain a motion to close the Contract Administration Board meeting on for December 9th, 2024 at 4:30 p.m.
Motion.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Have a good evening, everybody.